Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to a new video right here on ICP or Internet Computer. It's been a long time since I covered this, but honestly, I mean, if you go back to the price action of ICP in the last period of time, it hasn't been very exciting. I mean, obviously in November and December we actually had some strong momentum. Almost have to sneeze, going to try to keep that in. But since then and after that, we started the downtrend, started to consolidate. And at this point of time, I think we have the first attempt to break this consolidation. And that's very interesting. And I think we actually have a good chance to break out as well. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. I mean, so far, the price action has been relatively good. I mean, you can see, my apologies, that the main range, in my opinion, is right here between, let's say, $6, but technically I would lean more towards 5.95, and then to the downside right here at 4.5, and then the main value area, so where most of the volume has been traded, is below 5.7 and 4.8. So that is ultimately the main range we want to break out above. And then you can see historically there's a bit of a level down here where we actually grabbed liquidity a couple of times at $6 and 5.7 as well. So that's just in general in the higher time frames a very relevant level. Trying to break out of that. Now, I did not see any fundamentals that warrant a breakout. But that's, I mean, you also don't always need that. I mean, first of all, the market is actually doing quite well since that recovery last week Friday. But if you look at ICP itself right here, if you look at the TVL of ICP is not doing that great, right? We have about $30 million locked on Internet Computer. That places it among some networks which you don't want to be among, like Filecoin, Kaya, Tezos, Injective. So fundamentally, I wouldn't say that that ICP is doing the best. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to like that because the Internet Computer community is still very tight, right? But I make these. I try to keep these videos realistic. And realistically, we actually do have a good chance to break out. Right? If we're just talking about structure, this is almost the ideal structure you want from a price that's bottoming. We had a downtrend, we started to consolidate, and now more recently we're getting some volume. First of all, volume right here at the beginning of May. Fully retraced that, found a strong reaction right here at the imbalance we left, and now we have the highest volume we've seen since the crash the 3rd of February, right? And for some time before that as well. So for that reason, mainly in combination with how strong the market is looking at this point of time, I would say this is a real breakout. All right. And I would say that it's most likely that we are going up to at least the next price target at 6.6 and 6.8, which you can see on the higher time frames, is quite a strong resistance level. So I wouldn't aim too high for now. And we also have the daily 200 EMA there. But after a rejection there, like can we rally up higher? Yes, but that's dependent on too many circumstances and variables for me to say right now. But I would say that this looks like a real breakout. All right, we're breaking above that value area high at 5.7 with a lot of volume. We're leaving some imbalances to the downside. So what is a possibility and something you should be wary for and you should be prepared for is that we are going to spike down and fill some of those imbalances, maybe spike down to the POC right here. But then afterwards, with or without this imbalance filling move, I do think we're going to rally up higher. So those are my thoughts. I will check out the fundamentals for ICP a little bit more as well, because Internet Computer, regardless of what I said about the fundamentals or of the development, I do know it's a serious project and I do know they're developing things. So I'll keep you updated on this breakout and how it's going. And then I'll also be back with, a little bit more of a deep dive thoughts on the fundamentals. But for now, I think that's what you need to know. So hopefully it was valuable. That's it for now. Have a great week. Take care and bye.